A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, a meeting intended to ease tensions between the United States and South Africa devolved into a contentious exchange as President Donald Trump confronted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa with incendiary claims regarding the treatment of white farmers in South Africa. The encounter unfolded during a press conference at the White House, where Trump presented discredited assertions of a so-called white genocide occurring in the African nation. This meeting took place just a week after the U.S. government granted asylum to nearly 60 Afrikaners, an action that sparked outrage in South Africa. President Ramaphosa arrived at the White House with the hope of resetting relations and enhancing trade, particularly as South African exports face a looming 30% tariff once a pause on Trump's import taxes concludes in July. Ramaphosa attempted to charm Trump, bringing along two renowned South African golfers and gifting him an elaborate book showcasing his country's golf courses. However, the atmosphere shifted dramatically when Trump requested the lighting be dimmed for a video presentation. The video featured the voice of Julius Malema, a prominent opposition figure, singing a controversial song that included the lyrics, "Shoot the boer, shoot the farmer," accompanied by footage of crosses purportedly representing murdered white farmers. Trump, speaking over the video, claimed these were burial sites for white farmers, a statement contradicted by the fact that the crosses were part of a protest exhibit following a farming couple's murder in KwaZulu-Natal province in 2020. As the meeting progressed, Trump pressed Ramaphosa for an explanation regarding the alleged genocide, despite widespread discrediting of such claims. Ramaphosa remained composed, emphasizing that the violent acts depicted were not reflective of government policy and that South Africa operates as a multi-party democracy allowing diverse expressions of opinion. He pointed out the presence of white members in his delegation, including the golfers and South Africa's wealthiest individual, Johan Rupert, to illustrate that if genocide were occurring, they would not be present. Trump's insistence on the issue continued, as he referenced the controversial land expropriation law signed by Ramaphosa earlier this year, which allows for the seizure of privately owned land without compensation under certain circumstances. The South African government has clarified that no land has yet been seized under this law. Ramaphosa acknowledged the existence of criminality in South Africa, but highlighted that victims of crime are predominantly black. Despite the tense exchange, Ramaphosa attempted to maintain a diplomatic tone, invoking the legacy of anti-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela and stressing the importance of racial reconciliation. When asked about the potential exodus of white farmers from South Africa, he redirected the question to his agriculture minister, who stated that most farmers wish to remain in the country. The meeting drew criticism from various quarters, with Malema mocking the encounter as a gathering of older men gossiping about him. He reiterated that no substantial evidence supports claims of white genocide and that political principles regarding land expropriation would not be compromised for expediency. Patrick Gaspard, former U.S. ambassador to South Africa, described the meeting as truly embarrassing and suggested that it was designed to humiliate the South African president. The meeting reflects long-standing tensions between the U.S. and South Africa, exacerbated by Trump's controversial policies and statements. Following the meeting, the South African ambassador to Washington, Ebrahim Rasool, was expelled after accusing Trump of promoting a narrative of white victimhood. As the diplomatic relationship between the two nations remains fraught, the ramifications of this meeting are likely to resonate for some time, with both leaders facing scrutiny over their handling of sensitive issues related to race and land ownership. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.